Show Duplicates feature of AccuZIP6 is the feature that removes duplicate addresses from your list. So when two or more records match, AccuZIP6 flags the duplicates of the original address for deletion. And when a record is flagged for deletion, it is kept out of the validation process, it's kept out of the pre-sort process, and therefore when you're printing your pre-sort, it's kept out of printing. When a record is deleted, it has this black rectangle to the left of the record. As you can also notice, as I'm deleting these records, the records are in a light gray lettering. To permanently remove deleted records from your list, you can pull down the Edit menu and choose Pack Database. That'll get rid of those records permanently. If you want to remove the deleted status from the records, bring them back to life, so to speak, you can choose Recall from the Edit menu. Click Recall, and now those records are no longer flagged for deletion. So you can perform that on a selection of records or all of the deleted records in your list. But for now, this is a Show Duplicates video, so we'll get right into that. I'm going to click on the Show Duplicates icon. Now in the Show Duplicates window, you're used to seeing the Basic tab where you have these three duplicate search criteria to choose from. The first one is Person, where you look at the person's name and address to determine whether the records are a duplicate or not. You have the address option, which actually looks at the company name and the address, and then you have the household option, which looks at the last name and the address. And so when there's a match of two or more records that have the same last name and the same address, it will keep one record and flag its duplicates for deletion. In the priority record section, the priority record area here allows you to choose which of the matches you want to keep. So when you have a situation where there are duplicate records, which one do you want to keep? Do you want to keep the one that's nearest the top of the list, which is the original option? Do you want to keep the one that's at the bottom of the list, or nearest the bottom of the list, which is newest? Do you want to keep the one that has the most information when you count up all of the characters in the fields? So those are some of your priority record options. Now what I'm going to show you today isn't the Basic tab and how that works. I'm going to show you the User Defined tab, which is my preferred method of doing this duplicate search. I'll click on the User Defined tab, and I'm just going to remove all the items that are in this match code box. And now the User Defined tab allows me to choose whichever fields out of my database I want to use as my matching criteria. So for starters, at step 1, I'm going to click on this field name pull down menu, and again, these are all the fields that are in my list in order. So as you can look across the top of my screen here, you can see that these field names match the fields in this field list. I'm going to choose the field called First. I'm going to add it to my match code. I'll choose the field called Last, add it to my match code with this little plus icon there. Click on the field name pull down menu and choose Suffix for my name suffix. I'll choose Address, and I'll choose Zip. Now I've just built my match code. Every field in this match code box makes up my match code. So when the two or more records are identical based on these 5 fields, they will show up as duplicates of one another. Now as for my priority, which record do I want to keep when the two records match? I want to keep the record that has an email address, and I'll show you how to do that. With the priority record section, I'm going to choose Newest, and again that's going to keep the record closest to the bottom of my list. I'm going to check the Order By box, and then with this field name pull down menu, I'm going to scroll down until I find Email. The duplicate search is going to put my list into an email field order, so the records nearest the top of my list will have no email addresses, and after that selection of records that have no email addresses, it'll display the email addresses, or it'll order the email addresses in alphabetical order. So by choosing Newest and Order By Email, I'll be choosing the record when two or more records match. I'll be choosing the record that has an email address, or if the two records, if both records have an email address, the one that's lower in the alphabetical order. But the idea here is that if two records match and one of them has an email address, I'm going to get the one that has an email. So I'll hit the Start button, and now the duplicate record screen comes up, and I'll just maximize this and double-click this rectangle to resize the fields, and I can see here that I have two records, duplicates of one another. The company name, the name, the address, city, state, zip, they're all the same. I didn't choose company in my criteria, but the name, the address, city, and zip are all the same. This record, the second record here, has an email address, whereas the first record doesn't. And you can see that the first record is grayed out. It has the deletion rectangle. The second record doesn't. If I update my database, it tells me one record has been flagged for deletion. That's the one that did not have an email address. I'll click OK, and now I'm finished. If I show deleted, it shows me that one record that was found in my duplicate search. So this is a good way to do a duplicate search because you know exactly what you're getting. You're choosing your own fields. You're making your own match criteria, and when you do a duplicate search, you'll have absolutely no surprises.